Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dylan Luss with the National Weather Service in Atlanta/Peachtree City, Georgia, and this is your weekly weather briefing for the week starting February 22nd, 2024. Looking at a couple of highlights, we'll talk about some of the ongoing river flooding in the Altamaha Basin down in central Georgia. Good news is that is on the downswing for the most part. Otherwise, we do have a front that's going to move in the area tonight into early tomorrow morning, and that's going to bring some rain and thunderstorm chances with it. We're not expecting to see any severe thunderstorms with this. We're also not expecting any flooding or river impacts with this, and that should clear the area by late tomorrow morning. Otherwise, it's going to be cooler over the weekend as the front moves to the area, and then it's going to warm up through next week. Our next chance of rain will be by the middle to end of next week. So that ongoing river flooding, we do have some minor flooding and at least one or two sites that are in moderate or forecast to go to moderate down in central and southeastern Georgia. This is a result of all the water that we had from that heavy rainfall last week that's still trying to move through these kind of bigger river systems and get out of our area. The good news with this, most of these sites are in minor flooding, and most of them on the top end here, especially in central Georgia, are on the downswing. So conditions should be improving as we go through the next couple of days, and we're not expecting that the rainfall that we're going to get tonight is going to have much, if any, impact on this whatsoever. Looking at our current satellite, we do have some high clouds that are streaming in from the west with a little bit of sunshine that's been able to peek out in between. We have some additional cloud cover that is in place across North Georgia, however, as we do have moisture that's starting to stream in ahead of the approaching system tonight. And so that's given us a little bit more cloud cover as a result that will likely continue to build in through the day across northern Georgia. Um, Looking at our current conditions, once again talking about that kind of cold front that's beginning to approach the area, you can see that system is kind of draped from Ohio into Texas. That's going to be moving pretty quickly to the southeast today through tonight, should enter the state tonight, and we'll be bringing our next chance of rain that we'll talk about here in just a second. So for today, our high temperatures with these kind of southerly winds that are coming off the Gulf right now and bringing plenty of warm air and moisture in are going to get all the way up into the 70s across much of the area, or at least close to 70 across much of the area today. It's a nice warm day, going to feel pretty spring-like out there. Our chances of precipitation, you can see our approaching system in northwestern Georgia there. That's going to be later this afternoon into tonight for those rain chances as that system starts to approach the area. So, speaking of that system that we've been talking about, we do have a kind of main line of thunderstorms that is going to be kind of tagging along with the cold front as it pushes into the area. That's going to enter the state probably shortly after midnight, somewhere between that midnight to 2 a.m. time frame. Out ahead of that, however, we will see some showers and storms that kind of persist through the night. At least that's the expectation. So you could see rainfall starting as early as later tonight, or I should say this evening into tonight, and then you may see on and off showers and rain until that kind of main line pushes through your area. So that main line is going to move into the metro. Unfortunately, it looks like just in time for the early end of the morning commute. The good news is that it looks like it should be clearing, or at the very least potentially falling apart a bit as we get into like the 7, 8, 9 a.m. time frame. As it moves into central Georgia, it's going to continue to weaken, and for central Georgia, it'll probably be less of a line and more of scattered showers and thunderstorms that kind of move through the area during the morning hours for you folks. So here's our minimum temperatures tonight. With that system kind of moving through, you can see our temperatures are going to stay kind of up in the 50s with the cloud cover and the rain. And then our chances of precip, best chances are going to be as that line holds together across northern Georgia. And then as we get into portions of, say, central Georgia, your rain chances decrease a little bit as that it becomes a little bit more scattered as it moves through the state. Look at our rainfall amounts because things are going to be expected to hold together a little bit better up in northern Georgia. We do have higher rainfall amounts up in that area. Still speaking, we're not talking about anything that's going to be exceptional. Generally less than half an inch across North Georgia. Some higher amounts are going to be possible in a few locations where you see, say, like multiple rounds of thunderstorms or heavier showers or something like that. But generally speaking, it should be less than half an inch across northern Georgia. As we get into central Georgia, we're expecting some liner amounts, generally going to be a tenth to 2/10 of an inch. And it's very possible that some locations down in that area could receive little to no rainfall as things get a little bit more scattered. Looking at the SPC severe weather outlook, good news here. As I said at the beginning, our severe chances are very low. We just have what we would call general thunder across the area. This is a level 0 out of 5. So once again, just to emphasize, we're not really expecting any severe chance or any severe thunderstorms with this as it pushes into the area. All right, moving forward, looking at the weekend, this cold front kind of moves through and things clear out. As you can see, we pretty much have no rain chances as we go into Friday night. Saturday, we could see a little bit up in northeastern Georgia, but those chances are generally pretty low, around 20%. And then otherwise on Sunday, things are clear once again. Looking through the week at our regional temperature forecast, we do have temperatures basically on the downswing to start as we have that cold front kind of move into the area. Temps on Saturday will only quote unquote get up into around the upper 50s to 60s, and our lows overnight we could see some freezing temperatures that enter the state once again. But as we move into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and move through the week, our temperatures are going to be very quickly back on the upswing, and we actually may see some very spring-like warm temperatures that enter the area by the end of the week or by the middle portion of the week. Last but not least, we do have a front that's going to be moving into the area on Wednesday into Thursday. We're going to be calling this a leap day front. We're not going to talk about too many specifics about this, given that there's still a little bit of uncertainty around the timing and how strong this front could be and things like that. But just want to kind of put on your radar that the next chance of rain and thunderstorms could be approaching the area by the middle to end of next week. So just to summarize things, once again, we have ongoing river flooding still in portions of central Georgia and southeastern Georgia, but things are on the upswing and looking up. We have a front that's going to move in tonight into early tomorrow morning. That's going to bring our next chance of rain and thunderstorms with a line that's going to kind of swing through the area. We're not expecting to see severe thunderstorms with this. We're not expecting river or flooding impacts with this. And that should clear the area by late tomorrow morning. Otherwise, it's going to be cooler over the weekend, then warm up through next week with our next chance of rain by the middle of into next week as the front moves into the area. With that, that is the end of our briefing. We always like to remind you that if you need to reach out and contact us, you can do so through a variety of different ways, whether it be by phone, through our Facebook, through our Twitter, etc. We have a lot of different ways that you can contact us and get information through us. So please, if you have any questions or anything like that, do not hesitate to reach out. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.